From Wish TV, your local news source, this is breaking news.
The arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder is sure a major step in leading to the conclusion of this long-term and complex investigation.
More than 5 years after their deaths, state police make an arrest in the murders of Abby Williams and Libby German. A nationwide search now appears to be over with the suspected killer found. As one chapter in this case closes, state police caution the investigation into the girls' deaths is far from over. Right now at 5, team coverage on the arrest announcement, 2,086 days in the making. News 8 brought it to you live as Indiana State Police released details this morning at 10 o'clock. News 8's Camila Fernandez, Garrett Bergquist, and I teammates Richard Essex are on top of every angle of this story. First, to Phil Sanchez.
6 years since the investigation unfolded into the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German, and ever since then, investigators here in Carroll County have been extremely tight-lipped, and that was the case today. I want to bring in our colleague, Richard Essex, who was inside that church today where that press conference took place. Richard, what you learned?
Well, after 5.5 years, we finally have a name. We have a name, Richard Allen, 50-year-old guy that has been right here in Delphi from the very beginning, charged with 2 counts of murder, but the counts come with somewhat of a caveat.
Today is not a day to celebrate, but the arrest of Richard M. Allen of Delphi on 2 counts of murder is sure a major step in leading to the conclusion of this long-term and complex investigation.
This picture of Richard Allen was taken in jail. Investigators wouldn't say if they believe he's the man in the 2019 sketch, or if he's the person recorded on one of the girls' phones the day they were murdered. Indiana State Police Superintendent Doug Carter said Allen was taken into custody on Wednesday and formally charged on Friday.
You had said that you believe that you had spoken to the suspect or the suspect's family 2 years ago. Is this man one of those people?
Again, I appreciate the question, but we're getting into the timeline of events, and today's not the time to do that.
The probable cause affidavit, which contains details on why police believe Allen committed the murders, is sealed and not publicly available. The Carroll County prosecutor asked the judge to take this unusual step. He says it's to protect the investigation at this point. Kevin Greenlee of the podcast Murder Sheet is a lawyer. He says keeping basic information out of the public view is odd.
I really hope that those documents are released to the public soon. I think we all have some very basic questions that we have a right to answers.
State police also would not address the role of Kagan Klein in this case. He's the person investigators believe ran a fake social media profile that contacted Libby German the day that she was murdered. State police publicly said the account may be connected to the Delphi murders in December of last year.
How do the Kleins fit into all of this?
We're not going to comment on that right now as part of the investigation.
Klein was also a key figure in a weeks-long search of the Wabash River in Peru last summer. I asked State Police Superintendent Carter if his investigators found anything associated with the Delphi case in the search of the Wabash River.
I'm not going to talk about anything associated with the facts of the case.
Indiana State Police have received more than 70,000 tips related to this case. Police will keep the tip line open for the foreseeable future. My question to Carter, can the people of Delphi and Carroll County feel at ease with Allen in jail?
But I hope now they can take a step back and maybe sleep a little better. That's what I hope.
The Carroll County prosecutor said that he's going to hold a public hearing on whether to release the probable cause, which is something I have never heard of. Now, he also said that they have also set the initial hearing, pretrial hearing for January 13th and a jury trial for March 20th, but those dates are certainly going to change as we start going through this investigation even further. In Delphi, Richard Essex, Wish TV, iTeam 8.
Richard, thank you very much. A reminder now of how this case unfolded. Okay, so it involved over the nearly 6 years that we've been following it. Abby and Libby were dropped off at the Monon High Bridge. That's back on February 13th of 2017. Police found their bodies the next day. Police released the sketch of a suspect on the 15th. Then, a week later, released video and audio clips captured on Libby's phone, if you remember that. Back in April of 2019, then, police released a second sketch saying new information led up to this updated drawing. Then today, police announced the arrest of 50-year-old Richard Allen of Delphi. He's facing 2 counts, as Richard mentioned, of murder in the deaths of Abby Williams and Libby German. Now, the arrest is another step forward for closure for these families who were involved in this. News 8's Camila Fernandez has been here in Carroll County all day long. And Camila, I understand that you spoke with one of the grandmothers in this case.
Phil, that's right. Well, right now I'm standing near the area where the girls were killed. German's family says while they are thankful, they are still asking the community for support.
We still got a big mountain ahead of us, and we're going to stay after it. We haven't ever given up, and you guys haven't given up on us, and we're going to keep pushing all the way.
It's unbelievable. It's one of those, like the Cubs winning the World Series, never thought it was going to happen.
The arrest of Richard Allen provides at least some answers for the families of Abby Williams and Libby German. Libby's family says they found out about the arrest on Wednesday.
Our lives for 5.5 years have been in a search mode, and that's what we've done. And you get up and it's like, oh, we're not doing that anymore. So we're all just kind of feeling our way and figuring out what our purpose is now.
German's grandparents, Mike and Becky Patty, say they're trying to figure out how they can still help with the investigation and get a conviction. They continue to ask the community to share any information regarding the case to please come forward.
Because I want every stone unturned, every bit of information that's out there pertaining to this case. I want the investigative team to have that information. Rick
Snee is a friend of German's family. He says there's still more work to be done.
If there's anyone else involved, that we will get them, and the families can finally have peace.
Indiana State Police says the tip line remains open so that more people can share more information about the suspect or others possibly involved in the case. Camila Fernandez, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
Hopefully some closure, as you mentioned. Camila, thank you very much. Now, a big part of this investigation has been and always will be since day one, the pictures and the video and the audio clip that was released. And now that we have an arrest, we want to show you some of the pictures that have been released over the years, over the 5.5, nearly 6 years. Okay, so again, Richard Allen was arrested today. Here's the picture of him, okay? So he's in the middle of these pictures. On the left, the original sketch that was released by state police back in 2017. On the right, the updated sketch from police in 2019. At the time, state police said the sketch on the right was their main focus, as it came from what they called new information and intelligence, a direct quote from state police at that time. So we want to dive into who Richard Allen is tonight, okay? Because everybody's asking. Again, he worked at a CVS here in town. He lived here for more than 15 years. News 8's Garrett Berquist has been working that angle of the story today and joins us now live with more. Garrett.
Allen is currently being held here in the White County Jail. That's the next county over. People in Delphi say they had no idea he was on law enforcement's radar. Clint Rain used to live in Delphi. He says one of his best friends still lives just a few doors from Richard Allen's home.
My friends, they've lived here for multiple years now. Just the thought of him living so close in proximity, and and they've got a daughter too. So I don't know, it's just sickening.
Records from the Carroll County Assessor's Office show Allen has owned this home in Delphi since 2006. He has no significant criminal history. He worked as a pharmacy technician at the local CVS.
It blows my mind, and then him actually working at a CVS where he comes in contact with, everybody in this little town. I mean, there's like 2,500 to 3,000 people, I think, that live here. It's just crazy.
I talked to several Delphi residents who say he filled their prescriptions for them all the time. They did not want to talk on camera, but said he was always friendly with customers. They were dismayed the man now accused of killing Abby Williams and Libby German was so close at hand for so long. Rain says he's frustrated it took so long to get a break in the case, but it's probably a good thing investigators were so tight-lipped.
Maybe that helped keep the integrity of the case together, because nobody was like literally like I am right now, drove by his house to see where this guy lived. Someone that would kill 2 girls, you know. They're not people aren't harassing him and stuff, and he didn't have a chance to run.
The Carroll County prosecutor says so far Allen does not appear to have an attorney. CBS says in a statement they are shocked and saddened to learn the suspect is an employee. Company officials say they stand ready to cooperate with police in any way they can. Live in Monticello, Garrett Bergquist, Wish TV, wishtv.com, and follow us on Facebook.
All right, Garrett, thank you very much. And, of course, we have much more information on the murders, the 2017 murders of Abby Williams and Libby German, and the arrest of Richard Allen that took place today, the announcement of the arrest that took place today, over on our website, wishtv.com. To get there, just scan the QR code at the bottom left-hand side of your screen. That will take you over to our website, of course, the news app as well. Drew, we'll send it back to you.